Hey, he looked happy.
Yeah, he's doing a research project.
Yes, I'm supposed to be mentoring him. Was he on about his cluster?
Yes, respiratory problems, West Ferndale. Why?
Well, he thinks a bit of number crunching and you'll discover the old mine shaft is filled with toxic chemicals that's making everyone sick.
Well, it's great that he's keen.
I guess.
Hey, I accepted the research job in the States, by the way.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
When does it start?
I fly out next week sometime.
That's great news. Hope it works out. I'm sure it will.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I better get on, so it's all yours.
Cheers.
Man, good crowd, eh?
Handshake.
So, any messages from Bella?
I think she said to say good day.
That's how she phrased it, those words.
Yeah. You're not her first boyfriend, you know, and hopefully not her last.
Oh, come on, you're warming to me, admit it.
Back to work.
This looks healthier.
I'll wait till the word of mouth spreads.
Well, if things keep going like this, I think we're keeping the screens.
So, the more data I can get a hold of, the clearer the pattern.
Gosh, it's so neat. Oh, thanks. Just take a seat. We'll get you seen shortly.
And if I could have access to the current patient files, I can compare them to previous years.
Kia ora, Short Street Hospital.
Would that be okay?
Oh, I just put you through to her voicemail.
I only need to be talking for an hour or so.
Ah, Hunter. I had a quick look at my files for the last month, and 3 of the recent pneumonias were from West Ferndale. You might be onto something.
Is there anyone admitted at the moment?
I couldn't give you specifics. I don't know what level of clearance Maxwell's organised for you.
Mr. Martin Byrne is listed as respiratory. Still an ED, I think.
You might want to stick to raw data for now, though. Patient confidentiality and all that.
Oh, okay.
Well, I could talk with the guy if he's from West Ferndale. I could ask him questions, narrow down the variables.
Raw data.
So Martin Byrne, as in Archie Byrne?
No, as in BYR. I'm not supposed to tell you that.
Thank you.
Tell the X-ray we need him done urgently.
Okay.
TK, hi. Sorry to interrupt, but do you have a guy called Martin Byrne in with respiratory problems?
Yeah, keep it cool too. Why?
What's his address?
No idea. Why?
Was he from West Ferndale, Oak Street, maybe?
As a matter of fact, he is. Do you know him?
Well, I'd like to. Any chance I could interview him?
Interview? What for?
My research project, I found a cluster of respiratory cases right around his very street.
How'd you hear about him?
In triage.
Shouldn't you be going through those files?
Yeah, but the guy in Cubicle 2 could have all the answers to why people are getting sick in his area.
Mate, we're a bit busy for interviews, okay? We're just checking him out.
There's a privacy issue here. Okay, I gave you access to raw data, not patients. You're a long, long way off being ready for all that.
Yeah, but if I could talk to the guy for like 2 minutes.
Back to the files, bro.
By the time you get to North Sulawesi, you're into pirate territory. Now, the sensible yachty will do a bit of blue water out to Palau. I, on the other hand...
Just telling everyone where we're going for our honeymoon.
Cara, if you could please return those 2 IV poles back to room 8 to level 4. And Pat, if you could please find a wheelchair from somewhere. Okay. This is you. You can't help yourself. And whatever some stupid nurse says to you about looking after your leg, it doesn't count for anything.
That's not true.
I'm not going to carry on running around after you. I don't have the time, and quite frankly, there's no point because you don't listen.
I didn't mean to mess you around. I just can't settle.
If you muck up the healing in that leg, you could lose it.
Message received.
If you want a coffee, just ask someone to get it for you. Don't go wandering around the place.
Can I buy you one? I'll put it on my tab.
You come here that often, you have a tab.
I know. Luke's always on me about drinking too much coffee.
Thank you. Get in.
You're angry at me again.
If it comes to amputating that leg, I will happily do it myself, without anesthetic.
Oh, Raphael. Mr. Fletcher called to say thanks for bringing him his rosemary and for the good advice.
Oh, nice fella, John. Thanks.
He said he'd come by tonight with pizza and brown cordial. I asked him what he meant by brown cordial, but he said you would know.
Beer.
And that would be a bad thing? That would be a very bad thing.
Also, the Northern are keen for that interview, so should I tell them yes or wait till you're sure about the book deal?
Tell them I'd love to speak any time that suits. And thanks, by the way. You're an angel. If I wasn't in love with Tanya and you weren't in love with your boy...
Stop that guy! This guy, thank you. Idiots! I was gonna say, well done.
I thought the cast might be solid enough to stop him.
Well, you're right, it did. That guy was stealing drugs from the trolley. Oh, you right there, buddy?
Apart from pain. Sweet.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
Sorry. Any chance of a painkiller?
Come on, action man.
How's the research going?
I've got a good case. It's something causing serious illness in West Ferndale. But I'm not allowed to do patient interviews to find out what. There's a guy in ED right now who could have all the answers.
A patient?
Yeah, same symptoms, same location.
Interesting. What's the guy's name?
Martin Byrne?
The Martin Boone.
What do you know about him?
Well, if it's the same guy, he's a well-known winemaker. He runs Blue Rose Winery, home to the oldest vineyards in West Ferndale.
Yeah, well, if I could talk to the guy, he might be able to give me a clue as to how and why he's so sick. I mean, there's got to be something.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. Plus, his vineyard backs onto Oak Street.
Does that help?
Maybe.
Man, this is the best lunchtime crowd we've had in months.
Drinks and meals, lots of coffees.
Yeah, we need to come up with specials.
What about tapas?
Yeah, $10 a pop.
Yeah, nice.
Well, the experiment is a success. So much so that some people are suggesting the screens could be larger.
The lease arrangement is pretty tight. It's very tight.
Yeah, too noisy, those big screens, eh?
Like, that's what the volume control is for, Brody. So how about it?
Well, you'd be looking at a significant increase in cost.
Will it matter if we're filling the bar?
But the thing is, I had to go with a long lease to get the cost benefits.
All the same, just get the costings, all right? And nice work, gentlemen.
So there he is, floating on a mat of reeds. Structure. Floating on a mat of reeds, watching his kayak drift into the distance, tiger shark circling, going, okay, what do I do here?
That's mad.
So he can either die of thirst and starvation and get eaten by the shark, or he can take his chances and swim after the kayak.
You mean he swam with the shark?
No. He thought it'd be safer to scare it away first, so he does a dive bomb on top of it. The shark takes off, he swims to his kayak, gets back in and carries on fishing.
Again, I'd like to apologize for my brother.
We were just talking about him. Well, Tanya was.
No wonder. He's utterly hopeless.
Not utterly hopeless.
Oh, you're too kind. My family can cope with his antics, but I know he's driving you all mad.
Oh, his heart's in the right place.
Pity his brain isn't. The rest of the family are quite bright, if I say so myself. But Rafe, well, he's a non-linear equation without boundaries, as we say.
Oh, you guys.
Anyway, I've read him the Riot Act. No more bailing people out to bang on with one of his tedious travel stories, okay?
Okay. Well, he's not totally hopeless. What? I think you love him. I think you want to marry him.
Rafe is okay.
You are going to break Luke's heart. You know that, right?
I know why people are getting sick in West Ferndale.
Really?
And that man there in Cubicle 2, Mr. Martin Byrne, I can tell you why he's ill.
A bacterial lung infection?
It may be that too, but it's a secondary issue.
Well, maybe you should tell us what you found.
One of the biggest outer suburban vineyards backs onto Oak Street, the centre of illness in West Ferndale. And vineyards use some of the most toxic chemicals used in agriculture. Insecticides, herbicides, fungicides, you name it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bacterial lung infection.
Yeah, you guys need to understand that he is the cause of it all. Mr. Martin Byrne of the Blue Rose Winery?
Yes?
Do you have any idea how much illness you and your vineyard are causing the entire West Ferndale area?
Hey, enough.
He needs to know, because whatever's wrong with him is because his immune system has been adversely affected by the chemicals he pumps out onto his grapes.
That's not true.
You just don't want to believe that it's true.
Mate, come on.
I have been wading through years of stats. Okay? Numbers to you, but real people. Young, old, and in between. Some of them get sick, and some of them die. Which leaves you little better than a murderer.
Shut up. Okay, you've got it wrong.
No, I haven't. I've got the proof.
Hey, Mr. Burns' farm is run biodynamically.
It's an organic vineyard.
There's no chemicals, no toxins, no murderers.
That's how wrong you've got it.
A bad day
We should take you home, eh?
Please, I've had just about enough of today.
is about to get much, much worse.
Oh my goodness.
Shortland Street, 7 o'clock tomorrow, TV2.